Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about English teaching in Hong Kong and my experience with English teaching in Hong Kong, and kind of give you guys a bit of info about how you should go about if you want to teach English in Hong Kong and what the options are for you when you come over here. So first of all, I would just like to say thank you for everyone who subscribed to my channel. It's been really cool getting 1,000 subscribers. It's not something I ever expected and it's really cool, so thank you very much everyone. I hope you enjoyed my Hoi An vlog. If you haven't seen it yet, please go check it out. I really enjoyed it and I enjoyed making the vlog. That was kind of my favorite video I made so far, and yeah, so thank you guys. Anyway, moving straight into the video and this conversation about teaching English in Hong Kong. Now, first of all, I know I said I'd make a video about teaching English in Asia, but because I only have experience teaching English in Hong Kong, I thought it would be best suited if I speak about teaching English in Hong Kong. Now, as far as my knowledge stretches and as far as I know, I'm going to try and tell you guys everything that I know about teaching in Hong Kong, but obviously no, I'm just like a normal person and all the knowledge I have is just from things I found out through other people or doing my own research. So if you're really interested in coming here, please make sure you do lots of research about it and see if you like the country, etc. before you commit to something here. Okay? First of all, I have to say you need a degree if you want to come and teach in Hong Kong. There is no way you can get a visa if you do not have a university degree. So if you have another type of way to live in Hong Kong, like you're a permanent resident or you are the dependent of someone else, then that's great. You can perhaps teach here without any sort of degree, but if you want to get a visa to come and work over here, you will need a university degree. In anything, in any discipline, whether it's engineering, whether it's hospitality, whatever it can be in, you can have it, whether it's fashion. As long as you have a degree, you can teach here. Now, there are mainly 4 different categories I'm going to put everything into today. The first category is going to be the NET scheme. Now, the NET scheme is the government's native English teaching scheme, and basically this is where the Hong Kong government goes out and the education department goes out and recruits people to teach English to local children in local schools that come from a native English background. Now, the native part is, debatable because I'm not a native English speaker, but I speak and write and read near native, so they would view me as a native English speaker, even though my first language is not English. So basically for the NET scheme, the salary is great. You get anything between $35,000 and $45,000 a month. You get school holidays paid, you get medical insurance, you get gratuities, and also you get flights back home. Now, all the salaries I'm mentioning are just basic things that I've heard through the grapevine. Obviously, there are many different factors. At the time you're viewing this video, it might be a different time, so make sure you can even go to the government website. They have all the different tiers of salaries listed on their website, so you can find out exactly which tier you fit in and whether or not you qualify. Now, for the NET scheme, like I said, first of all, you need a degree. Now, depending on whether your degree is a fashion degree or an English degree or an education degree, you are going to fall in a different salary bracket or salary tier, as they like to say on their website. So the minimum tier where you're going to be paid the lowest is if you have a degree that is not related to English, not related to education, and you have some sort of TEFL, teaching English as a foreign language or teaching English as a second official language, some sort of certificate like that. You'll be on the lowest tier, but you will still be eligible for the NET scheme. Now, going on to option number 2. Now, option number 2 is teaching in a kindergarten. Teaching at a kindergarten. What is that like? Well, you work from babies, literal babies, where kids are maybe just starting to walk. They're 1.5 years old for playgroup, and then pre-nursery, and further on into kindergarten. Now the salaries are, actually I can't say what the salaries are because the variety is immense. You can work at a school where you make 30,000 Hong Kong dollars a month, and you can work at a school where you make $12,000 a month, but they still pay you, or they provide some sort of accommodation for you. And also the working hours differ extremely. You can work from 8 to 5, or you can work from 8:30 to 4:30. I mean, that's not a big range difference, but I mean the salary scale is very wide. Duties are going to be very different. Most kindergartens that employ native people or overseas teachers to come and work here, or expats as they like to say, most of them are brought over here by private kindergartens, so really they can run their kindergarten the way they want to, and there are very little stipulations from the Education Bureau. Well, there are regulations from them, but I mean all of them are very different. So I would say some of the benefits though is that you do get paid school holidays. Sometimes you don't get a whole summer off. Some schools will make you work over the holidays for summer school, or give you the option to take time off, but it won't be paid. But there are some schools where you're lucky and you could get paid for the time you work as well. For the time you don't work for some. Now, kindergartens, I would say that you need to make sure what the location is, if the salary that you're going to get is going to be feasible, because rents are really high in Hong Kong. Some of the highest rents in the whole entire world, and you can only save money if you make enough to be able to pay your rent and go out and do fun things. But I would say that, earning from $20,000 to $25,000 at a kindergarten, that's a good salary for someone starting out, and you can definitely afford to pay rent, save a little bit, and have fun in Hong Kong while you're doing it. So after that, we have another option, which is learning centers. Now that's option 3. Now, what is a learning center, you ask? Well, I didn't know either before I got to Hong Kong. Learning centers are basically a place where children come after school, and in small groups they have lessons in English, in phonics, which is English, and all sorts of different things. They can have lessons in Mandarin, tutoring really. So the class sizes are going to be a lot smaller. You're going to have small groups of people, but some of the downsides to working in a learning center is that it's very unlikely that you're going to have any school holidays. You're going to work like a normal job and have maybe 12 to 14 paid leave days per year. Now, for some people that might not really be a problem, and that would be great if that is the case for you. I personally prefer having the school holidays, but it's up to you. Also, learning centers, your work hours are a little bit different. You're probably going to be working from around 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. with a 2-hour lunch break in between. The hours are obviously later because the children come after school, so being there really early doesn't really make sense. And you're probably going to have to work over the weekends most of the time. These people get maybe like a Sunday and a Monday off, or a Monday and a Tuesday, and they work Saturdays and Sundays for the obvious reason that learning centers make more money over the weekends, because kids don't have to go to school on a Saturday or Sunday and can come to the learning center to learn something. Now, another thing that people view as a positive about learning centers is your wage is going to typically be higher than what you'll be earning at a standard kindergarten, which is going to range from about 27 to 32K, something in around that area. But most people I know who've worked in learning centers work there for a very short amount of time. When I say short, I mean a year or two, and then they move on to other schools or something like that, or they go back to where they came from. This is not one of the most popular options. And also you have to be very careful because some of these people might try and employ you without a visa, which is illegal, and you can get deported for doing something like that. So don't start working for someone or come over here without your visa already, because it's illegal and you can get in a lot of trouble. And there learning centers, even kindergartens in Hong Kong have been known to try and lure people over here. The people come here, they want them to start working without a visa, and they just stop the visa process for them. So if that is in any case something that they're trying to suggest to you, these people are not honest, and I would not recommend working for them at all. All right, another option, which is option number 4 that I'm going to talk about, is teaching at an international school or an ESF school in Hong Kong. Now, these are like the dream teaching jobs in Hong Kong because you're going to make the most money at an ESF, English Schools Foundation, or an international school like Hong Kong International School or German Swiss International School, or etc, etc, etc. The salaries are very, very, very high. These teachers are all qualified teachers. They either have a bachelor's degree in education and further education, like a master's in education, or they have a postgraduate certificate in education, and they definitely have experience in teaching. These jobs are very, very popular. People don't leave these jobs often unless they are expats leaving to go back to where they came from and they're ready to leave Hong Kong. But yeah, you get all your school holidays, you get summer bonuses, you get gratuity pay, you get flights back and forth from your country, you get great resources because these schools charge a lot of money for their kids to actually attend the school. I know there are some schools in Hong Kong that charge, I think, a 1 million Hong Kong dollar debenture to have your kid be bumped up a waiting list to go to that school. So things like that are not unheard of. Yeah, so I would say if you have a background in education and you have experience in education, definitely go for the ESF, international school jobs. If you want to come to Hong Kong and travel around and you only have a degree in fashion or a degree in humanities or accounting degree or something, then working in a kindergarten could be good for you, or in a learning center, and you could also maybe work for the net scheme, but that is a lot of admin and things like that. So guys, I would also like to say, make sure you know what your salary is going to be beforehand. Rent, as I said before, in Hong Kong is very expensive. Living here can become very expensive. There are lots of fun things to do outdoors, like going to the beach, hiking, just wandering around the city, exploring the city, going to country parks, or going on junks in the summer. There are lots of different free things to do, but there are also things that cost a lot of money here. Traveling might be cheap to and from work as well with the MTR, which is the subway or the train, and we have a lot of great buses here and things like that as well. So, and food can be cheap or expensive depending on what you buy, I guess, like in any other country. But yeah, guys, I would definitely recommend looking into it. If you have a degree and you want to come and work out here, I would recommend doing a TESOL or a TEFL or a CELTA, one of those things. That'll definitely help you to get a higher salary. And another thing I would say is don't sell yourself short. Bartering in Hong Kong with your contract is very important. Some of the times I've been offered the most money for a job is when I actually left the interview and told the interviewer, I'm sorry, I won't accept this job because it's not enough money, I'm not going to earn enough money. Then they call me back afterwards and offer me a higher wage. So just make sure that you're in there, willing to barter and bargain and get what you're worth. Okay guys, thanks so much for watching. Let me know if you disagree with anything I said in here. So totally open to hearing other opinions or what you guys think about this whole thing about teaching English in Hong Kong. if you have any tips or any insights into teaching elsewhere in Asia, please leave them below in the comments. Give this video a like, follow me on, I wanted to say Twitter, but I don't have Twitter. Follow me on Instagram, and see you guys later. Bye!